What's good, fellow shadows? Welcome back to another video. This is your host, your trainer, Torin Gooley. Welcome back. I'm just gonna kind of let this video flow from the heart. I want to work on doing that more. I'm trying to really take the steps to step into my divine masculine. I'm gonna go ahead and go with that word because I like the way you say it. But yeah, I really want to step into this version of myself that I'm meant to be. And things lately around me have been really, I don't want to say putting the pressure on me to do it, but there's definitely been some things in movement that's been triggering some movement that I've been taking lately. And man, I've been going through a lot of shadow work, a lot of personal shadow work on my own. If you watch the channel already religiously, thank you. If you do, you'll notice that I haven't made a video in about a week, 2 weeks, or something like that. The week before I made 3 videos that week. So I've really been taking the time to dive deep into myself and really just face the feelings that I've been putting off facing for so long. Recently I became unemployed. My contract was up in my job, and that kind of sent me into a spiral that I was denying for the longest. I was saying things to myself like, well, these things are still true. I'll get another job. This isn't indicative of my worth. But while I'm saying these things, I still believe them on the opposite side. And it just got to a point where I just crashed, man. I broke down. I cried for 3 days. And not over the job, but not over just the job, but other situations as well. And that love situation came back into my vibrational focus, back to my attention. One of my friends asked me about that situation, and she was like, "Are you over her? Do you think you're over her?" And for the longest, I told myself that I was. But when I really started thinking about it, I was like, things really didn't start going downhill for me when I started paying attention to the fact that I didn't have her. I got all these other things that I want, but I didn't get that thing that I wanted. And I used the fact that I didn't have that thing with me right now, and I made that a reason to think that, okay, since I don't have this thing, then maybe I'm not really worthy of any of this. Maybe I'm not really worthy at all. And just that belief just took a snowball effect, and then it started affecting things, all kinds of things, man. The only thing I was actually doing was consistently making videos, which I'm about to start doing now again. And yeah, just warning, I'm not even editing this. I'm not cutting this at all. I'm loading this right after this because I really started this channel as an avenue for me to place these feelings that I felt like I didn't want to weigh down, that I didn't want to be a burden to my friends with. There's so many times that I know I just don't want to, we all have that feeling we don't want to bother people with our shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not shit to us. This is our motherfucking lives. You know what I mean? And this is important. And I realize that so many people are going through some of the same shit, because I feel like, particularly with our generation, millennials, man, dude, we were here to cause that shift. I know so many light workers and spiritual professionals who are millennials. It's not even funny. But anyway, so in dealing with the loss of my career and revisiting the loss, well, I don't even want to say the loss of, this person that I was in love with, definitely was, still am. And I'll get to how I got around that in a second. But in realizing all these things that I didn't have that I wanted, I was like, okay, what is it that I really wanted? It took me to a place where I had to remind myself what it is I'm really after here. I lost track of that. I got to a point where I'm thinking it's about what's outside of me instead of what's inside of me. I developed a deep sense of security and confidence in myself before I got the job that manifested itself as proof of that. I felt a deep sense of love and happiness and peace and joy and calm before this relationship or this potential relationship came into my life that reflected itself in that way. I had to get back to the point of realizing your life is not what you create, it's what you reflect. Your life, your physical experience is completely a reflection of the beliefs that you hold about yourself and what you deserve, you know? And look, the universe doesn't recognize the word deserve, but it's still a word that we need to use because of the emotional connotation that it has. Because the universe does respond to emotions, you know? When you say you deserve something, it makes you feel like you have it or you should have it. And then once you have that feeling, that's when the universe reflects that back to you, communicates that back to you with, you know, through your feeling. It reflects that feeling back to you, you know? So, but at the time, especially these last few days, I definitely forgot this shit. Because look, like, sometimes it gets to you. Like, we're human beings. We're all down here learning. We're all on our own journeys. And that journey is not smooth. It's not supposed to be. You know, it's not supposed to be. But the ideal about it is for us to get comfortable with it. You know, you can ride on a rough road all you want, but that doesn't matter if you're riding in a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean? And I hate to put that in, like, I mean it because, like, Rolls Royce are known for having the most supple ride on the planet. They call it the magic carpet ride. Not because, like, you know, you want success, which of course we want success too. But anyway, I had to bring it back to me. Like, I started another challenge, another 60-day challenge. This is actually my 4th week now. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking. I have been holding true to at least 3 of the things, but 2 of them I'm struggling with. But I feel like that all goes back to what I was meant to discover through this process of this pain that I just went through. I'm still going through, kind of, but I'm at a point where I can talk about it now. But anyway, so what I learned about myself through this is like 2 things. I already knew this, but I'm really coming to terms of dealing with it is, I feel like my 2 biggest demons are self-sabotage and abandonment. And both of those things they're rooted in your self-worth, you know? And I had to really go back and examine, okay, why do I not feel worthy of these things that I want so bad? And like, that's why this pain is like so deep. I mean, you think about it, like, nothing is worse than wanting something so bad that you feel like it's out of your reach and you can never have. Just longing for something that you'll never get. Worst feeling. But it's then when I realized, what is it that I'm really longing for? Like, it's not her in particular. She was just the face that I was putting on it at the time. But deep down, I just wanted that loving connection. I wanted trust. I wanted to be able to trust that I'm worthy of the affection that I give and I receive, that I'm worthy of a relationship. I'm worthy of someone who's staying with me, who's getting to know the real me. And I feel like that was one of the things that made me fall for this girl, like, so much. You know, she actually, like, listened to me. Like, this was, like, for the first time in, like, years that I actually even felt seen or heard by somebody. Like, just listened to. Like, how crazy is, how crazy is that? And she was willing to do it despite the fact that at the time I was at a low-paying job. I lived with my parents. I had already had a child. You know, I already had a child with somebody, so I mean, I had a baby moms and stuff, and just all around just did not have my life together, like, on paper. But she still took the time to get to know the person who I really was, and then like her vice versa, like she had her fair things that she thought that I was gonna judge her for as well, and I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. But anyway, it's like, finally, I hadn't had anybody tell me, like, to bring that energy. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm here for you. It had been like so long since I felt that, and I never felt that for somebody who I actually wanted to feel it from. That was another key difference. But, you know, the thing about feelings is they're within us. You know, like I say, made me feel this way, but in reality, what it is like no one can make you feel a certain way. We always choose how we want to feel, and every feel that we want to feel and that we don't want to feel is within us, and we tap into it accordingly based on our outside circumstances. That's how we've been kind of like trained to do this life thing. But once you realize that it's actually the reverse, that your circumstances are actually responding to your emotions, it's not supposed to be like you having an emotional response to your circumstances. Once you realize that, and you're able to actually like practice controlling that, that's when everything clicks. And like now it's starting to like click into place again for me now, because you know, there's been times like in the last couple of days I found my way back to that feeling of love within myself. And I'm like, I'm still single, I'm still unemployed, but I know that I'm still on this earth for such a bigger purpose than, you know, fucking somebody or working somebody's desk. You know what I'm saying? Like this YouTube shit, or however medium I plan to inspire people, like that's always been my plan. Like I love happiness, I love love. Like recently I love peace. These are things that we all deserve inherently. And like society has taught us that we have to earn these things and we're not worthy of these things unless we have this, that, whatever the fuck. Like, no, you don't have to work for the love that you deserve. You don't. Love is not hard work. Your passion is not hard work. You want to do that. It's your fucking passion. So it's one thing to say this, and it's a whole nother thing to hardwire this in. And there's steps you can take to do that. And I can't think of any right now. I really just wanted to get that message off. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I got more videos to make. A couple videos I'm just excited about. Don't even really have anything to do with shadow work. I want to talk about music. I'm a huge music head. Anybody who knows me personally, I'm a music head. So, you know, and I'm off of Instagram. I usually just put out my, share my favorite albums of the year. But since I'm not on Instagram right now, I'll do it on here. Perfect time for me to learn how to throw those cool ass little edited squares in there. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for paying attention to my channel, hearing what I have to say. Look, I hope you can feel the love through this screen right now. There's so much love. We are surrounded by love 24/7. We feel it. We only feel as much as we let in. If you can just stop needing a permission slip for somebody else telling you I love you or you're worthy of love, or needing like a Rolex on your wrist or the craziest house, and like, even though there's nothing wrong with those things, but don't think that you need those, that those things are indicative of your worth. You know, like we're all here to thrive, not just survive. I mean, let's do it.